Booktube, Tiffany here with A Crafty Home, and I have an October, I was going to say TBR, that's not right, an October book haul for you. I always think, oh, I'm not going to have very many books this month to haul, and then all of a sudden, books for review start coming in, and the one or two I order, and blah blah blah, and all of a sudden I have a humongous stack. I don't know how it happens. But today I have a very large stack for you. I'm also enjoying some Oregon chai, spiced chai latte thing in my cup. I'm trying not to spill it because it's really full. It says, "She who must be obeyed." That's right. My husband bought that for me when our second son, our first together, but our second son, our second child together. Very confusing. Anyway, when he was born, he would be our third child altogether. He had to be in the hospital for a week because of an infection, and so he had to be on antibiotics, and it was really scary. Had to be in under the light for a while because of jaundice. And anyway, so I stayed with him for the whole week. They let me room in with him, and my husband, I was drinking coffee all the time. The nurses would bring me some because, you know, I just had a baby. Oh, it's exhausting. Anyway, so my husband bought me this mug down at the gift shop, "She who must be obeyed." And all the nurses, he won brownie points with the nurses because they were all like, yes, that's right. So anyway, I thought it was a fun mug. Okay, I'll try not to sip it the whole entire time, but it's tempting me. It's sitting right there and tempting me. All right, so let's get started. The first, I don't think I hauled this one yet. I think it was still on my stack, and I pulled it out of the stack of ones I needed to haul because I wanted to read it. Holy cow, what happened to it? The kids. Oh, when I spilled my coffee today. Anyway, it's all dirty now. I need to wash it off. Thankfully, these kind of covers you can just clean off with a wet wipe. Anyway, The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. I've already finished it. I read it during Dewey's 24-hour readathon and finished it the next day. Fabulous. I love it. I've done a review on it, so if you want to know more about the book, go look at the review. Let's set that in there now. And then I was going to just read The Infinite Sea from the library, which I think I just said library, really weird, which I think I said in my last video. Yeah, on the Dewey's wrap-up video. Anyway, I was going to borrow it from the library. Went to Safeway a couple days ago. My husband wanted some chips, and the chips happened to be right where there's a thing of books by the greeting cards. And so every time I look past there, and usually it's just mass market, paperback, romance novels, they actually had quite a few books in hardcover that I want to get. Sorry, I got sticky on my hand. So they had The Infinite Sea by Rick Yancey, and it happened to be there. I didn't know they did this. Maybe it's something new. It was the book of the month. And so it was 25% off. And then I used my little Safeway app, and because I've got my Safeway card, it was an extra 10% off. So I couldn't pass it up. So I bought it, and I've been reading it for the little readathon, and I am almost done. I would have stayed up and finished it last night, but I knew I had to get up early this morning. So this will definitely be finished very, very soon. And I'm going to do a review on it because I have some thoughts that I kind of didn't mention in the last video about The Fifth Wave. It's very similar writing style and stuff I want to talk about. So now next there is National Treasure Uncharted, a Gates Family Mystery. This is for my son. This is the third in the National Treasure series. I loved the movie, and so I'm guessing that these will be interesting and teach about history, but adventure style, and so I think my son will really enjoy these. We haven't started them yet. I wanted to make sure I had all of them because if he really likes them, he wants to be able to read them all in order. So I don't think it matters with these, but anyway, so I got him this one from Paperback Swap. Let me move my kids' Legos so I have room to put my books. All right. Next, I got this one from Paperback Swap too. I can't remember. It has a little bit of damage on it, but not too bad. I can't remember whose video I watched that recommended it. Library of Sarah, maybe? Is that her name? Anyway, but talked about Princess Academy. And it's like she was talking, yeah, that's right. She was talking about school books that featured schools. And this one sounded really interesting to me, and it won an award. It's a Newbery Honor book. So I didn't win an award. It's an honor book. But anyway, it's a children's book, but I thought this would be really good. So I'm excited to read that. Next, this one just came in a couple days ago. Oh, they put a postcard in it. Anyway, this is Pound Foolish from the Windy City Neighbors series by Netta and Dave Jackson. Or is it Nita? It might be Nita and Dave Jackson. They wrote, if you're into Christian fiction and Christian chick lit fiction, they wrote the Yada Yada Prayer Group, which is kind of what got them popular. It was kind of like a Christian spin-off of the Yada, or the, is it the Yada Yada? I don't know. You're all going to know and comment down below and be like, duh. Anyway, it sounds very similar to something else out there, and I can't remember what it is. And then they did the Sold Out Sisters series, which I think was like a spin-off of the Yada Yada Prayer Group. And then this one is parallel novels. Oh, the series is written as parallel novels, but it has some characters, not main characters I don't think, but some characters from the Yada Yada Prayer Group in it. Anyway, I have the first two, because this is this is book 4. Okay, I have 2 of them, and I guess I have to get the third one from the library, because people recommended, they said you didn't have to, but they recommended reading the other one, some of the other reviewers. So anyway, I got this from LitFuse. It should be, I don't think it's going to be like one of my favorites ever. It's definitely chick lit, definitely just fun. I mean, I would say like a summer read, except it's not summer. You know, just something light, casual, just to read and laugh and enjoy. So I think, I mean, that's how their other books were. So we'll see. Then I was really excited about this. We subscribe to Mother Earth News. We haven't really done much homesteading stuff, partly because of my back and stuff, but hopefully I can get in better health. We really want to move out into the country and you know, have our own garden that gives us enough food to can and store, and chickens and cows and stuff. So we're really into that kind of thing, and having a stocked pantry and such. And they had this book come up through an email, Meals in a Jar, Quick and Easy, Just Add Water, Homemade Recipes. Now a lot of these have like instant, I was looking through it, a lot of them have like dry milk and stuff, but I know a company, Shelf Reliance, if you haven't heard of them, has dried milk, dried butter, dried eggs, a lot of stuff that's actually made from the product, and the process they use makes it actually taste like the real thing. I mean, I've drank powdered dried milk. We used to live in Alaska. We had to drink it all the time, and it was disgusting. If you ever drank it, it's so gross. But theirs actually tasted like milk. Oh, imagine that. So I'm thinking of ordering some of the stuff from them and trying some of these out. I mean, it isn't just soups either. They have like, let's see, here's some that are mentioned on the back. Tomato soup with cheese, cheddar garlic biscuits, cornmeal pancakes with syrup, breakfast burritos, chicken chipotle soup, carnitas, braised short ribs, turkey pot pie, something I can't pronounce, rustic fruit pie. So it's all sorts of different stuff. And most of them are seriously just to add water, so that if there was an emergency or whatever, or you just need something quick, you've got it in your pantry and you could buy the items in bulk to make up a bunch of these. So I'm excited to try some of those. I'll do that one last. Next, I got We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I know everybody's talked about this. It doesn't really tell you what it's about because I guess it'll ruin it, so I'm excited to read it. I know I've at least listened to 1 or 2 reviews where they didn't like it as much because it's so hyped, so I'm trying not to get too hyped or really watch any more videos about the book in hopes that it doesn't ruin it for me. So I got that. This is another one I got from Paperback Swap, Sands of Time. I like Susan May Warren, but I've only read her like contemporary fiction kind of, not just romance, but romance type books, and like the Christensen Family series I love. And I was looking around at some of her other titles, and I think this is an older one, but she did a series called Mission Russia, and they're kind of like mysteries, I think, or thrillers. So I thought that would be interesting to see a different style of writing from her. So I'm not sure which one this is in the series. I got, oh, it's romantic suspense, it says on the side. I don't know how many of them I got. I know there's at least 1 more in here, and I think I need to get a few more. Anyway, this is Playing Saint by Zachary Bartels. This is from Harper Nelson Christian Publishing, which is new. They bought Thomas Nelson. This one looks really interesting about a mega church, but then there's public scandal and the pastor has to deal with that or something like that. It looks good. It looks kind of like a thrilling, suspense, that's the word. It's a suspenseful novel. So I'm excited for this. This one is for review. I'm trying to whiz through these because there's a lot and something I want to do at the end. So this one is from Ambassador International. How I got on the list, I must have signed up for it and just didn't remember, but they do like Christian and inspirational books, and I somehow I get emails every once in a while asking if I want to review one. So this one is The 20th Christmas by Andrea Rogers. It sounds interesting. It's about a woman who's 4 days before Christmas, her young son is kidnapped, and for 2 decades, that's why it's the 20th Christmas, she's mourned and grieved the loss of that child and had trouble in her relationship and with her husband. So anyway, it's about how that gets healed, I guess, and there's another parallel plot too. So it should be good. It's quick, easy, and I like to read at least 1 or 2 just fluffy Christian Christmas stories, so that'll be interesting. Oh, this one I'm really excited about. This is The Brother's Keeper by N.L.B. Horton. This one is from Litfuse, I believe. Yes, I got a bunch of paperwork with this one. Somebody was cataloging antiques, and then the archaeologist discovers that the daughter has vanished in France, and all of this mystery and intrigue. So it just sounded really good. And I'm telling you, this book, it weighs a ton. It's not like it's huge, but you know how some books that are like this, like, okay, these 2 books are very similar, but the paper must weigh a ton more than this one because it is way more than that. Anyway, I always find that fascinating. This is Happily Ever After by Susan May Warren. I have been, sorry, out of frame for a minute. And this is Tying the Knot by Susan May Warren. These are in the same series. I can't remember what series it is, but I got these both off of Paperback Swap, and there should be, I think this is a Deep Haven series, and there's some more I'm trying to get my hands on. I think they may be on their way. I can't remember. This one is from Paperback Swap. I use it a lot because I get a lot of review books that I don't necessarily like or want to keep because I won't read them, so I post them on there. I don't hang on to them forever though. If they don't get picked up in a couple of weeks, I take them and donate them to my library. But if they do get picked up, then I can pick a book. And sometimes you get ones in really good condition, like this one's in really good condition. This is Unafraid by Francine Rivers from the Women of Lineage of Christ. I can't remember what the series is called, but it's about the different people in the different women in the lineage of Christ, and there are only 5 mentioned in Scripture, because normally the genealogies just mention the man and not the women. And so she wrote historical fiction about all of them. They're amazing little novellas. This is the 5th one in the series. I have a couple other randomly. I'm trying to get them all. You know, I could just order them, but I've been kind of picking them up here or there. So there's that one. This is another in that Mission Russia series I was telling you about. This is In Sheep's Clothing by Susan May Warren. I'm excited to try those, because Russia fascinates me too. I don't know why, it just does. The next 3 are ones that I got. Tyndale has a Tyndale Rewards program where if you read one of their books that's published by them and write a review on it, you can post the link and you get points for each of those, and up to 50 a month. You get 10 points per one, up to 50 points a month. You can also, there's other things you can do to get points, like share about the program, or if you have somebody sign up under you, you get points off of theirs, I think, or maybe it's just a one-time thing, I can't remember. You get like 20 or 25 points to sign up when you sign up, and that's almost enough for a free paperback book. So they'll have books listed that you then get to spend those points on. If you want to know more about it, I'll post my link below, which of course means that you'll be helping me out too. But yeah, so I frequently get when I remember to post, because I post a lot of reviews for them, but I don't always remember to put them onto the site. But when I do, then I usually get a few books. So these are some I got. I got Fireflies in December by Jennifer Uren Valent. I think I was going through my Kindle thing the other day. I'm pretty sure I have this on my Kindle. I did not know that. Apparently, I think this book sounds really good because I bought it on 2 different spots. I think it was free for the Kindle. I don't know what it's a lot about. I can't remember. The summer I turned 13, I thought I killed a man. Ku Klux Klan, and it sounds interesting. It's historical Christian fiction. So Fireflies in December. And then I got From Bad to Worse. Oh, this is the one I think that I have on my Kindle. I can't remember. There's like a whole series of these, and I think I have a couple others for free. This is, I think it's considered young adult. Yes, fiction, young adult. It says a novel with girls, but it looks boyish on the front, so I don't know. I love the main reason I bought these is because I really like the cover, or the reason I got this. I love the vintagey looking cover, so I don't know what it's about. I'll tell you when I read it, maybe forever from now, but. And then this one is Freedom Stand by J.M. Wendell. This is fiction, Christian fiction about somebody in Kabul trying to witness there, I think. It sounds like really exciting and riveting, so yeah. And then this last one I bought from Book Depository. This is Landline by Rainbow Rowell. I really wanted to read some of her books. I think I have, she wrote Fangirl. Yeah, I have Fangirl. But this one I've heard several people review, and it just sounds really, really interesting to me, the premise. And I like this copy with the pink. And I think the inside is like gray with yellow. I don't know, I love this cover, this edition too. And then lastly, I got a kid's book that we heard about on when we went to outdoor school. They read a story from this, and actually I'm going to read you one of the little stories because they're little stories in here. This is The Stinky Cheese Man and Other Fairly Stupid Tales. This is so worth it. Hilarious book. It's been out a really long time, but let me read you. Oh, I don't know if I can. It might be kind of long. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I don't want to make this video any longer than it is now, so I am going to do another video where I read aloud to you The Stinky Cheese Man. It's just one little story out of here. I think copyright should be okay, I hope. It's an older book too, so I think it should be okay. But this has like, okay, so here are some of the other fairly stupid tales. Chicken Licken, The Really Ugly Duckling, The Tortoise and the Hare, spelled H-A-I-R instead of the other way, Cinder Rumpelstiltskin, Little Red Running Shorts, Jack's Bean Problem, and many others. So they're hilarious. I'll read you the other one. The illustrations are great in here. It's a fabulous book. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed that, and I know I did. If you've read any of these books and liked them or have thoughts on them, post that down below because I'd love to hear. And yeah, until next time, I'll chat with y'all later. Bye!